Have you ever wondered who creates the music you hear on TV, in movies, or in games? Although they may not be as visible as performing artists, chances are you hear their music every day. So who are they? By and large, TV, film, and video game composers are freelancers or independent contractors who operate as small businesses. Typically, these composers and lyricists are working under tremendous time pressures and with limited budgets. The industry is extremely competitive, and composers often don't know where their next gig is coming from, which means the way they are paid is critical to survival as professionals. So how exactly do these composers and lyricists make a living? Well, they make most of their income in two ways. The first is by being paid a creative fee to write music for a TV show, film, or video game. The second is via what are called performance royalties. Songwriters, composers, and lyricists are entitled to a performance royalty anytime their music is performed publicly. These performance royalties are paid by the TV networks, radio stations, streaming services, and live venues to a performing rights organization, of which the copyright owner and the creator both belong. The PRO then distributes the money to the rights holders. Copyright owners receive 50% of the money, called the publisher's share. The creator who actually wrote the music receives the other 50%, called the writer's share. So why does the person who wrote the music not own the copyright for their work? That's because in the US, most creative artists are engaged under the legal concept of work made for hire when their services contribute to audio-visual works. This means the company that commissioned the work owns the copyright, so composers rarely own their own music when hired to create a film, TV, or game score. Sometimes TV and film directors and producers can make the payment process a bit more complex. Consider the following scenario. A director or producer is looking for music for a film they're working on, so they commission a composer to create the soundtrack. The filmmaker might pay the composer a fee so they can own the copyright, but they may also ask to keep some or all of the customary writer's royalties as well, by offering an additional financial incentive or making it contingent upon them getting the gig. In this case, the composer has a difficult decision to make: whether to take a bigger fee up front but receive no performance royalties, or to forego the additional fee but receive the customary writer's share of royalties from the performing rights organization he or she belongs to forever. Now that you know how composers get paid, what does that mean for the future of the industry? Music continues to be big business. The industry generated $15 billion in 2017 alone. More movies, TV shows, and video games are being made than ever before. But with new innovations in technology and digital distribution, studios and production companies are exploring direct deals with streaming services that bypass performing rights organizations altogether, which means composers are in danger of losing their performance royalties and a major source of their income. This trend threatens to do irreparable damage to the way soundtrack composers have forever been compensated. We need to look out for the well-being of the creators of the music that we so enjoy. Keep track of new and developing copyright laws. Understand how the digital world is altering the way royalties are dispersed. It's more important than ever to protect composers and their rights. By joining and supporting associations like the Society of Composers and Lyricists, music creators can work together to ensure that their interests are being represented fully and fairly.